And let's move on to this very important topic here at the top of the hour. Joining us now to discuss, former Secret Service agent Bill Gage. Bill, thank you so much for being with us here. Big news today, of course, as we heard about former Vice President Harris and her Secret Service detail. Do you think this is exactly what should have happened, or do you think it is dangerous?
Well, I really appreciate the White House, the report there from the White House, and I hate to burst any conspiracy theory bubbles that are probably all over the internet, but she's exactly right. The Secret Service, in conjunction with the Department of Homeland Security, has made this determination that the threat level is relatively low. They've monitored these threats daily, hourly. They've been monitoring them since she left the White House, and there was a determination made that the threat level is low. Or if not non-existent, you can never say non-existent, but the threat level's low. And so they made the determination to discontinue her protection detail. The Secret Service has the best psychologist in the world for threat assessments, for behavioral threat assessments. They do the best protective intelligence in the world. So all of that combined, they made an assessment and then on a professional judgment that she didn't need protection any longer.
Well, Bill, I want to point out that after 6 months, technically the vice president or the former vice president loses their Secret Service protection. And I know she's going on a book tour and she's going to be exposed and all around the country. Well, I mean, that's the life that was chosen by Kamala Harris. If she wants to be protected, could she not just go out and hire some private security?
She absolutely could. The level, obtaining that sort of protection at the level the Secret Service provides from a private vendor is very, very expensive. There's been a lot of open source media reporting on what Zuckerberg and Elon Musk spend on their private security. It can run into tens of millions of dollars every year. So she absolutely could go out and purchase that. And, I also want to point out that there were times when I was a Secret Service agent that former members of the government that had protection at one time, they're being increased threat level, or they would go on a book tour, or they would travel overseas and they would get a Secret Service protection for a short amount of time there, a short window. So it's always possible that they could ramp her protection back up. And just to touch something else that the reporter said there from the White House, the Secret Service is extremely busy. They're stretched thin. They're protecting more people now than they ever have before. You're probably talking 75 to 100, maybe more agents on her detail. So this will free up agents to actually be reassigned to Trump. We just saw the active shooter, unfortunately, in Minnesota. He had Trump's name written on some of his weapons and ammunition. So, the threat level on Trump has never been higher. I've said this before in other outlets. He's the most threatened president probably in American history. So this is a chance for them to reassign agents to other areas where the threat level's higher.
Yeah, Bill, basically taking those all-important resources and assigning them where they are most needed at this time. Again, a matter of national security and the threat level. We appreciate your insight. Thanks for being with us. See you again soon.
Thanks for having me.